Hello, my friends. It's time to do another piece of shared writing with me. Today, I'm going to go back to recount or remember stories when we use our memories to think about what we want to tell our reader. And I'm going to introduce a few new words for your word wall and your high frequency word list. Okay, so the first thing, of course, is my name. Here it goes. Okay, yellow. Yellow won't show up. I'm going to use green. Now I'm going to think about what do I want to write, what do I want my reader to understand from my story. So because of the words that I want to use with you today, I'm going to choose I go to school as the story that I want to tell. So how would I show that I go to school? Well, I'm going to go back to being a kid and think about, how do I go to school? There's lots of ways to go to school. You could go on the bus, you could walk, maybe your parents drive you, or your Grammy or Grampy or somebody brings you in a vehicle. I'm gonna show me on the bus coming to school because that's how I would have traveled to school. So first of all, I'm gonna draw the road and the ground. And I also want to draw the school. Okay, so sometimes when we think of schools, we think of red buildings. They're not always red, but typically, stereotypically, we see red buildings. If you don't want to make a red building for your school, you don't have to. You don't have to do school. You could do something else. So I'm just going to draw this building right here. I'm going to put a roof on it. This is my school. It's going to have some windows. And it's going to have big double doors. So double doors means like two doors that open like we have at school. So there we go. And then I would come on the bus. So now I'm going to draw a bus. Now a bus would be very long and it would have two wheels underneath attaching to the ground. So I'm going to draw a big, long, rectangle-y sort of shape. It's not a perfect rectangle. And I'm hoping you can see it. Think you can see it. If I have to go over it with black, I will. Maybe I'll just go over with black to make sure you can see it. But I did do it in yellow because most school buses are yellow. And then I'm going to add wheels in the back and wheels in the front. There we go. Now we have the window for the bus driver to see. We have the lights in the front, and of course we have the big door and a few windows in the back. Okay, so there's my bus, and I could go back and I could color that in yellow. I'm not going to do that right now, and I can make a plan to do that later. It's going to be another nice sunny day. Because who doesn't love a sunny day? I don't know. I don't like a sunny day. It's my picture. So I'm going to draw a sunny day. I'm also going to draw a few clouds. Yeah, there we go. You make your clouds however you want. It's your art. Okay, and I could add some more things too. I mean, if you have space on your page, you could add cars, because we know that other cars bring kids sometimes. But I do, in order to tell my story, I need to add people, right? So there would be a driver on the bus. So here's my driver's head, and she would be sitting in her seat, and she would be touching a steering wheel, okay? And she would have two eyes and a nose and a smile. And we're gonna give her curly hair, okay? And then there would also be kids on the bus. Yay, they say. Their arms are up. Yay, we're at school. School. Give them happy faces. Hey, everybody's happy to be at school. Okay, so now I'm ready to do my sentence. You may feel that I should add more. You may feel that I should maybe do a little color here. And absolutely, I agree with you. But we don't want to take too long on my piece of writing because you want to have your time to write too. So I'm just going to introduce some of these new words and then we will make a sentence. So the first word I'm going to introduce is we. We. Say we. First sound W. That's the letter W. W-E. W-E. See the E here? E is kind of a tricky letter. He's a special letter called a vowel. And vowels and some other letters have more than one sound. Some have two sounds, and E has two sounds. So in this case, E is saying his own name. So W-E, we. So we could even sound that one out. W-E, we. All right. So I'm going to use the word we in my sentence today. And I'm also going to put this word. This word is go. G-O spells go. G says g-g-g. O says O here, for he's saying his own name. G-O. G-O. So we can use our sounds here to spell out go, and then we practice and practice until it sticks in our brain, and we just know how to spell G-O spells go. So we're going to go, we go, and then we practiced this one last week, the t-oo. Now here, O is not saying O. It's not to-o, because that would be like inside my shoe. It's not the same. This is to-oo. Ooh is not a sound we've talked about yet. But if you watch the shape of my mouth, it's a clue to what the letter be. To-oo. You see the circle? You see those circles? My lips are going, they're making an O. To. Yeah. So that's how I like to remember. Maybe you'll have a different way to remember, but it is T-O spells to. To-oo. Okay? And then my last word is going to be school. I don't have school here because we're going to use our first sound and last sound to figure out the two sounds in school. We might hear some middle sounds. We might not, and that's okay. So today we're going to today we're going to write the sentence, we go to school, and add a period at the end, okay? So let's clap the parts. We go to school, period. Add that period at the end for that part of the sentence. So the first word was we. So I'm going to show you two words. We've got G-O and W-E. Look at the beginning sound. I have a G here and a W here. W, w. Which word is we? W. Oh, there's a W. W-E spells we. So this one's we. That's not we because that's not a W. Okay, so I'm going to write down we way over here. No, I'm not. I'm going to write it on this side because we always work from this side and across, right? We're working this way. All right, so I'm going to start at the left and I'm going to write W-E. W-E spells we. I'm going to put that back and I got to think about my next word. We had clapped it so we would remember. We go. Oh, I need go. So I'm going to show you those two words again. And I want you to think about which one is go. Where do your lips go when you say go, g. W, g. Not the same sound. G. Oh, go. G-O, go. There's G. I need a G for g. G for goat and grapes. All right, so G-O spells go. I'm going to write it right here next to this E. No, I'm not. Because do words like to be stuck together? No, they like to have a bubble space. Look, if I even put them together this way, they have a bubble space in between. They like their own space, okay? It's like they live in their own house and they need their own yard. All right, G. Oh, and I dropped it on the floor. It's not where you need to be. You need to be right there. All right, let's read it and see if we have all of our words yet, because I don't think we're done. We go. What was the next word? We go to. Oh, I need two. So two is one of our words from last week. So I have these two cards. And let's look at the beginning sounds to help us figure out which one is the word that we want. So we want to. First sound in to. T, t. I need t, t, T. Is that a T? No. Ew. There's T. And remember, to. Making the circle. So we got T-O. Good. Now I'm going to write it right here. No, I'm not. Stop it, Mrs. Doucette. You're too silly. All right. I'm going to leave my finger spaces. And I'm writing T-O for two. Now, let's check and see if I'm done by pointing at our words and reading. And we know that we've clapped it out, so we can tell when something's missing if we really use our eyes and look at our words. Ready? We, that's good. Go, yep. To, but then there's nothing here. So the word that was missing was we go to school. So let's find our sounds in school. S, that's the letter S. Snake, socks, S. So when I make an S, I remember making an S by making a C first. So I make the letter C, and then I swing down underneath. So there's the first in school. But what else do we hear in school when we stretch it out and pull it? We go to school. 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 I hear an L at the end. School. But there's some sounds in the middle. So if you hear some sounds, so I've got school, SL, for the beginning sound and end sound. If you hear more, I want you to write them down because I heard a k in there. O. If you're hearing those extra sounds, I encourage you to write them down. But if you don't, that's okay too. Let's just take it a little bit at a time. We're just going to do the beginning sound and an end sound. And those middle sounds, they will come. You will hear them. It will come, I promise. We go to school. Something's missing. Period. I almost forgot the period. Now, when I do the period, it's going to be big. It's going to be, no, it's not. It's going to be an open circle on the line. No, it's not. It's going to be a nice closed circle, not too big, not too small, because we don't want to make people think we're doing O by mistake. Are you ready to read? We go to school, period. Now, there is another two words that are in your kit this week that are new to us. The first one is the word you, because I wanted to say, maybe you want to say you go to school, or you go to the store, or you go swimming. So if you want to use the word you is tricky. Y-O-U. So the last letter in you is actually you. So that's a really good thing to remember. The first letter is the letter Y. Y says y for yo-yo, just like the word you says y. So when we're thinking about you, we're looking for the Y letter at the beginning and the U letter at the end. Okay? So that's a good clue for the word you. Practice it up, and make sure to remember the sounds. The sounds are there as clues to help you. The last one is much trickier. This is the word the. So you want to maybe say, we go to the school and have the in there, or we go to the store. The problem with the word the is the sounds don't fit to the ones that we've learned. We need to think about the TH here. That's called a digraph, and it can say th or th, two sounds. So I want you to be careful with this one. Have your family help you maybe with this one, and I will definitely help you with this one when we get back, and Mrs. Colpitts will help you too. Okay, so this word, T-H-E, spells the. We'll talk more about the sounds when you come back, okay? Practice your words. Do some writing. Try a sentence with we and go or you go this week. I love to see it. Bye, friends.